Hello, 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 beautiful people. My name is Faye. And we are going to start a new segment on this channel called Call It What It Is. And one thing that I am going to be talking about and calling it what it is toxic love. So, beautiful people, let's get started. Have you ever been in a relationship where things went sideways really quickly? Yes or no, y'all? Well, toxic love is in the forefront of our culture. And relationships nowadays normalize cheating, the idea of struggle love, and abuse, sadly. But what makes us resist the normalcy of healthy relationships? Because we obviously sometimes know when something doesn't feel right in our guts. But sometimes when we're in these toxic unions, trauma bonds form and a sense of self is lost, as well as codependency is heightened. So, where did the understanding of modern toxic love begin? Well, first, it begins in our environment and in our mind. If a person does not see healthy love consistently in their childhood or in the media or even in the communities that they grew up in, then toxic love patterns will prevail until the tools for real love is shown to them. So, the origin of it. Let's get started. So in 2005, there was a book called The Game by Neil Strauss that was released. And media figures such as Andrew Tate and those within the Red Pill community spoke towards men who had low self-esteem and further perpetuated the toxic love cycle through the mainstream and into our homes. And also, y'all, this is not just with people who are podcasters or just talk for a living, or even those who just made a book about it. This is also present in celebrities, rappers, anybody, your local pimp and everything like that. So rappers such as Blueface and Frosty the Snowman have also perpetuated the cycle of, let me tell you, toxic love. So if you look at some of these people and everything, they use manipulation tactics to basically keep their victims, there with them. And it's not just men, y'all. I want to emphasize that it's women who do it as well. So let's talk about it. So some manipulation tactics are negging, love bombing, gaslighting, social isolation, and deny, attack, reverse, victim, offender, darvel, and also cold shouldering. But it's also important to remember that toxic love is not a new thing. It's just more widely out there. Toxic love has always been there in our cultures, in our subcultures. It has always been there. An example, a stereotype of in the black culture is that the girl has a baby daddy and everything, and she's nagging and not she's like always, nagging at him, like you need to show up for your kids. Not nagging. I said nagging, y'all. But nagging at him. Um, there's a difference. But saying you need to show up for your kids, you need to do this, you need to do that. But then the guys out there, getting all, the girls and, just being a player. So that's a stereotype of a black relationship and everything. That's, you don't really see healthy black relationships being portrayed in the media. And that's very prevalent. Let's say if we look at Tyler Perry movies and stuff, if we look at just different type of films and everything, sometimes we won't see a good just a good representation of black people in the media in relationships with one another. And so that is present throughout all communities. And let's not get it twisted. That is present throughout all communities. And so um backing off of the manipulation tactics, we can also go to how do we break the bondage of toxic love then if you find yourself in a relationship like that. So we break it through therapy. We also break it through a change in the conception of what we are viewing in the media, and changing our environments and guarding our own hearts, as Proverbs 4:23 says, and seeking help and telling our stories to help others see the warning signs as well. You guys, when you tell your story, when you tell others about what you've been through, some may not listen, some may still do what they want to do, but it also, for that one person who is listening, you just save them a lot of heartache and you save them a lot of pain. And so, how do we understand and how do we get past this toxic love? Because really what it originates from is people with low self-esteem, a man with low self-esteem, a woman with low self-esteem, and everything not being able to be fulfilled by who they are, and so they deflect and deflect on another person. So don't ever sit there and take what another person does personal. And if you have, I'm not I'm not immune to it. I have and everything. But what a person does to you, it's a reflection of how they feel about themselves. If they don't respect you enough to love you the way that they know, because they know what they're doing, they know that you need to be loved, they don't respect themselves. If they sit there and let's say they call you names, they assault you, they do these things, they beat you up and everything, they do not respect or love themselves, so they're reflecting it on you. And it took me a while to learn that, and I'm still learning that. I'm 20. I'm still learning that, y'all. So yeah, but the stark difference between toxic love and real love is this. And the Bible talks about real love. And as y'all know, I'm a Christian. So I love bringing up Bible quotes, because the Bible, I'm telling y'all, when y'all put it in context, it actually makes sense. So, 1 Corinthians 13:4-7 says this. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects. It always trusts. It always hopes, and it always perseveres. So remember that, y'all. And remember this, your story matters. Do not let it be silenced. I don't care how shameful your story may be. I have stories of me. Oh, y'all, I'm telling y'all. I've done some shameful stuff in the past. I've chased after a person who didn't want me twice in my 20 short years of living. I did all these things. I put myself out there when a guy was not receptive to it. I've seen guys literally treat me and use these manipulation tactics on me and try to sit there and mess with my mind, and there are all these things. But I want to tell you that you're not weak. Whether you're a man or a woman listening to this, you're not weak, and that you got this, and you have to call it what it is. You cannot just sit in oblivion and think, oh, this person loves me, they just don't know what they're doing. They know. So call it what it is. It's toxic, and it's not right for you, baby. So that's the end of the episode, y'all. And stay tuned. More like this should be coming out too. And also, I'm gonna put a link to my little pamphlet that I made for this. And I also made this for my college class as well. But yeah. Toodles, y'all.